businesses and industries that will never go out of the market. Hi there, it's Luigi and welcome to Catapult Capitalism, your guide in making smart financial moves for your future. If you enjoy watching our videos, feel free to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get updated whenever we upload a new video. Changes in innovation and technology have made it hard for many industries to keep doing things the way they always have. While some industries change to keep up with the times, others just aren't able to keep up and eventually go out of business. Even though we are in a cycle of so-called creating destruction, there are some industries that will not go away because they are important to our lives and ways of life. Even now, people still have a lot of the same basic needs. Everyone still eats, even if the food they eat isn't always fresh. In the same way, children need to go to school, and everyone needs to see a doctor sometimes. In today's video, we'll take a look at some of the most important businesses and industries that have been around for a long time and will keep on going even when the market goes up and down. Food. Since everyone needs food to live, the demand will always be high. Because of this, the food industry is one of the safest places to put your money. The food industry includes many different things like farming, ranching, processing, storing, preparing, and packaging. This industry is diverse, not only in terms of the products it makes, but also in terms of the size of its players, which ranges from small family-run farms that use a lot of labor to large, highly mechanized firms that use a lot of capital. Some of the most important ones are making dairy products, milling grains and oil seeds, making sugars and sweets, making food for animals, keeping vegetables and fruits fresh, and packaging food. Short-term conditions can sometimes make a sector's demand go down, but the long-term demand will stay the same until a substitute for food is found. Healthcare. The healthcare industry has grown a lot, thanks to the efforts by governments, especially in developed countries, to provide high-quality healthcare. Growing populations and incomes in emerging markets, easier access to healthcare facilities, an aging population, and an increase in chronic diseases all help this industry grow. Improvements in healthcare have made people live longer and have made life better. Hospitals, nursing homes, ambulance services, labs, doctors, and other healthcare professionals, medical devices, equipment, and hospital supplies are all part of this industry. Organizations, leaders in healthcare, and governments can be seen looking for ways to provide high-quality services that are also affordable. Pharmaceutical. Still within the branches of the health industry is the pharmaceutical sector. The growth of the pharmaceutical industry around the world has been very impressive. Before discounts and rebates, people around the world spent $1.25 trillion on drugs in 2019, up from $1.2 trillion in 2018. Companies from North America, South America, Japan, and Europe make up most of the market. Research and development, or R&D, is a big part of this industry, and companies spend a lot of money on it to make breakthrough drugs. Pharmaceutical companies are very important in helping people and communities. They offer more than just possible cures and treatments that can save lives. They also create good jobs and keep the global economy going. Education. What is life without education? The education sector is one of the industries that is growing and making money the fastest around the world. The traditional schoolhouse has been replaced by private partnerships, e-learning, high demand for education abroad, and more ways to prepare for tests. This fast growth and change have been helped by the growing middle and upper classes in India and China, to name an example. Why is education seen as an economic good? Education tends to boost productivity and creativity while also encouraging entrepreneurship and technical advancements. All of these elements contribute to higher output and economic growth. Overall, the industry includes products and services like private universities, vocational training, online education, primary and secondary education, international studies, and educational materials. Media and entertainment. This industry consists of companies that produce and distribute television shows, advertisements, games, publishing, music and audio recordings, and film pictures. People rely on the media to gather news about current events. Some people are inclined to choose pleasure over practicality, and this is very evident in many situations. Some people would choose to starve for a couple of days to save money so they could buy the latest mobile phone. There really are those that choose pleasure over necessity, no matter what the circumstances are. Even when the pandemic hit the world, people still resort to media and entertainment to alleviate stresses and frustrations. That is why the media and entertainment business will always flourish no matter what happens. In fact, a report by PwC says that by 2025, the global entertainment and media industry will bring in $2.6 trillion. The sin industry. This business will go on because, as the old proverb goes, old habits die hard. Alcohol, cigarettes, and gambling are all part of the sector. Because of their negative societal effect and expenses, these sectors are referred to as sin industries. Governments heavily tax these businesses as a source of income. Taxes on sin goods are frequently unsuccessful in reducing the use of these products or services since they belong to a price inelastic class. Services for professionals. Accounting, engineering, information technology, architecture, law, and management consulting are all areas where highly skilled people are needed in the professional services industry. Professional services make up a big chunk of the gross domestic product in economies that are well developed or growing quickly. Most of these services are in demand because of how well the economy is doing as a whole and because of how well businesses are doing. So, when the economy is bad, the industry can slow down, but it will always come back because people just put off spending on these services. Cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is becoming more and more important as more businesses collect, share, and use information. In 2018, there were a lot of big data scandals, like the well-known one between Cambridge Analytica and Facebook, in which the profiles of 87 million people were taken. There was also a breach of the Marriott's guest reservation system, in which the personal information of 327 million guests were accessed. The cost of a breach shows how important cybersecurity is. According to IBM, the average cost of a data breach in the United States is $7.35 million. If you want to work in a high-paying field where you are sure to find work, cybersecurity may be a good choice. Security architects, penetration testers, information security analysts, and chief information security officers are just some of the jobs that involve security. Data and analytics. Data and analytics are buzzwords for job skills for a good reason. The analytics industry is growing rapidly in all market sectors, and its principles are being used in every part of the business, from sales and marketing to human resources. In 2018, the industry was worth an estimated $166 billion, and it will continue to grow. Also, most leaders of large companies think that if a company doesn't adapt to a data-driven market, it will lose its competitive edge. This means that analytics skills won't be out of date anytime soon. Data scientists, operations analysts, and human resource analysts are some of the areas of analytics that are growing the most, but people can be business analysts in most fields if they have a basic set of analytics skills. The best analysts can use data to be curious and creative, which aren't things that AI will be able to do anytime soon. Cannabis. Cannabis is a growing business because more than 30 countries have legalized it for medical use. Some countries like Canada, Mexico, and Uruguay have made it legal to use it for fun. Estimates show that the industry will grow by tens of billions of dollars over the next few decades, and that is a very fast rate of growth. Cannabis is not legal at the federal level in the United States, but it is legal in 10 states for recreational use and 33 states for medical use. If the US government made marijuana legal, it is expected that the industry would create more than 1 million jobs in the country. Because it is a new industry with a lot of money flowing into it, companies are making big investments in infrastructure and technology to help them grow quickly. Automation is a natural part of this growth, but that just means that any new jobs will work well with automation and aren't likely to be taken over by machines. There are many ways to get into the industry, and people with backgrounds in retail, finance, operations, agriculture, medicine, biochemistry, and law, among many others, are all good candidates. If you learn skills in the legal cannabis industry early on, you might be able to take your career all over the world, because your skills will be in high demand. Some of the industries mentioned can keep going even when the economy is bad, while others go through cycles. Overall, the big players in each of these industries change and improve so they can keep meeting our basic and lifestyle needs. And that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification icon so you can be notified whenever we upload new videos. Thank you so much for tuning in to Catapult Capitalism, and we'll see you later.